What's up, people? Today I'm going to be teaching, and I hope you're going to be learning on how to add new unit voices and gun sounds to the game of Red Alert 2 and Yuri's Revenge. You may have played another mod such as Mental Omega by Speeder, where it has new unit voices and everything sounds different from everybody else. And it's a nice touch to mods, and I highly recommend you do it. Now, this is an intermediate tutorial because it is not as simple as adding a new unit where you just copy and paste, change here and change that. It is actually a little more difficult because you got to deal with new type of files, and this adding new unit voices does make your mod a lot larger. By a lot, I mean like possibly maybe a gigabyte larger or a few hundred megabytes. I'm lying. It actually doesn't make it that larger, so just ignore what I just said. Now, you're gonna need several things when you're adding a new unit voice. You're obviously gonna need your new unit voice. Mine sounds like this.
I'll shut them down.
That's one of the voices. That's his first attack voice. Now, these unit voices, any unit voice that you're going to add has to be in a specific format. It has to be in a wave sound audio. That is a .wav for the ending, for you guys who don't know. And each voice has to be in a specific format. I can't remember off the top of my head, so I'll just have it in the description for you guys. Make sure they are all saved that way. Now you can name your unit voices whatever you want. You can name it Poopy Face, you can name it Butt Face, you can name it whatever the hell you want. However, I do recommend you name them in a coding type of way, such as what is what. Mine I've named like this. See, since I'm adding these voices for a new unit, a new Soviet spy, and that's infantry. This is I for infantry, AGE short for agent, attack A. This is first attack. And it just makes life a whole lot easier because it just does. Because I say so. And you're learning from me. Got it? Alright, next thing you're going to need is your sound INI. Now, if you're doing Yuri's Revenge, it's soundmd.ini. And this is important. So, if you don't know how to get your sound INI, just open up XCC Mixer, type in sound.ini for you Red Alert 2 people, and soundmd.ini for Yuri's Revenge. You click on search, you click on what your results, ignore those two, that's for my mod. You click on your results, you go to it, then you extract it. Once you have it, you're going to open it, and there you go. The third thing you're going to need is your rules. Now, since like I said, I'm adding it to a Soviet spy, you want to add it to a unit. It could be a vehicle, it could be an airplane, it could be a naval unit, or it could be a gun sound. It's a lot simpler when it's a gun sound, but we're going to go for unit voices because that's what people need most. Now, when you open up your sound md.ini, you're going to notice a few things. You're going to notice this mumbo jumbo, just ignore it for now. You can read that if you want. It's helpful, believe it or not. And the most important thing you have is your sound list. Now, this is the same list, similar when you're adding a new unit, when you add it under vehicle types, and you got to add it to the bottom. So, let's go to the bottom. Stay before 1000, by the way. You're gonna go to the bottom and you're gonna type in the name of your unit and what type of voice it is. See, I've already pre-typed mine for the sake of time. Mine is a Soviet spy. This is for select. Soviet spy for when he dies. Fear is when they are under fire, like a battle cry or something. Like you may hear the dog whimper or something. And then what you want to do is scroll all the way to the bottom, and you want to type in what part you're going to add. See, I have the Soviet spy attack right here. Sounds are what sound files you're going to be using. Oops, typo. Oh, by the way, this is all case sensitive, by the way, so make sure it's exactly the way it is. And control. This is basically how you want the voices to appear. Now, for a unit voice, you want it to be random. You want different voice to appear up at a different time. And volume is how loud you want it to be. Now this is the little annoying part. You gotta open that up and you gotta copy what you had down exactly. So this is attack. It's gonna be sounds, no space. No space or space. In my experience, space actually did something for control. So for control, keep a space. No commas, by the way. For sounds, you're gonna type in IAGEATA. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and type the rest in for the sake of time. Alright, once you have everything typed in, make sure that these match exactly the ones you put up here in the list. Alright, it's really important. If not, it will not work, and it could be a typo, so make sure it's exactly. Now, right between each selection, do not add a comma. Alright, it's normal in the rules, but for sounds, it's different. There is no comma, just make sure there's a space. Alright, have a space after control equals. And for these, this is your, like I said before, it's your specific sound file you want to use. Do not make it like, let's say, I space whatever. It's gonna think that this is a separate file, so make sure these are closed by themselves. If you have to have a space, make it an underscore or something. Now, next thing, you're gonna have to type it into your rules. Now, once again, I'm gonna save some time, so I'm gonna have some sov spy select, just like the one from right here, sov spy select. Now it's gonna play these when I select the unit. Alright, as you can see, these are exactly as the ones right here. One thing I forgot to mention how is with the fear and the die, you want everyone else to hear those too. So for that, you're gonna under control after in random, you're gonna have another space, and then you're gonna type in interrupt. Now, like I said, don't separate these yada yada. One thing I've learned is the capital doesn't work. It hasn't for me. It might for you. I don't know. Just keep it undercase. This is probably one of the only times you'll be using undercase, anyways. So you're gonna save your work, and then comes the one of the most important parts actually to adding a new unit, adding the voices. You're gonna have to add it to a specific thing that your event reads called an audio bag. Now you're gonna open up XEC Mixer. You're gonna go to Launch right here, Sound Editor, and just rel to Yuri's Revenge. Now to add them, hold on a second. To add them, all you gotta do is just drag and drop. So you're gonna see this pop up. This is all the voices in Yuri's Revenge, and you're gonna highlight all of your voices that you want to add. Whoop, and just drag and drop. It's that simple. Once you're done, press OK and test in the game if it works. I'll be showing you some footage to show you that it works.
Their systems lay open to me. I go unseen. Their security is false, as we have discussed.
Alright, as you can see, it works every way. When he's attacking, when he's walking, moving I mean, and when he's selecting. So there you go. One thing I do want to mention I did forget was well, my error. I actually had Soviet down here, so it didn't work at first, so I had to fix that up. But when you have a weapon sound, I completely forgot about the weapons, I'm so sorry. It's just like this right here, except all you do is just add random and interrupt. There you go. It's just like that. Exact same way. This is my first tutorial. It may not be the greatest. If you have any questions, just please comment. I will answer. And ask for which ones you want created. I will mostly do them. Alright.